Hello and welcome to the Money Queen podcast. I am Alex Nicolaitis, the Money Queen. I'm here to unite the masculine and feminine energetics of money and invite you in joining me to break the stigma of we don't talk about money here. I will deliver the loving bitch slaps that you need in your business to elevate you as a leader and support you to that next level and welcoming in the wealthiest version of yourself. With over 13 years in the accounting and bookkeeping industry, I utilize the support of the masculine in systems, structure, support, and ATO compliance, combined with the feminine of the energetics of mentoring, guiding, getting really curious. So hit that subscribe button, leave me a rating, and I cannot wait to have you by my side as we raise the feminine collective and create true generational wealth and change. Your network equals your net worth. How to get the most out of your next networking event. Now, I am a seasoned professional in this, definitely seasoned. I started going to networking events when I was about 2021. I hadn't just finished my commerce degree just yet, and I was already looking for the next thing. I was just like, I am so loving this professional space. I'm such a people person, and I just want to expand my network. I want to meet more people. I want to meet people that will expand my mind and challenge the way that I am thinking and, introduce me to opportunities that I don't even know are available yet. So I found a networking group I was living in Newcastle at the time. It was called Hype, Hunter Young Professionals. It was Newcastle Young Junior Chamber at the time. And what I loved about it, right, it taught me the foundations of so many things. Networking is a brilliant way to get yourself outside of your comfort zone, to elevate your pitch, your elevator pitch, to be able to be confident or to create situations where you can practice your confidence, practice your courageousness, elevate the way that you speak about yourself, to notice people's body language in response to what you are saying as well, to gauge, is this what I'm saying right now? Is it magnetizing or is it repelling? What's actually happening right now in this interaction? Are people engaged with what I'm saying? And it gives you some really beautiful insights about your business in those few examples that I've just said, right? So I started from quite a young age, and I won't tell you how well. Fuck it. I don't even care. By the time that this comes out, I will be 34. It's my birthday very soon, 6th of September. If send me presents, I'm so open to receiving. So I've been doing this for a while, right? So I've got a lot of experience and knowledge to share with you all today. So the first thing that I do when I want to go to a networking event is I set my intention before I even buy the ticket. The reason why I do that is because I'm like, if I want to invest my time in this event, not even going to the money part of it just yet, if I want to invest my time in this, why? For what purpose? Right? Ask yourself that. For what purpose? And if I don't have a valid reason why I want to go, be it the person I want to motivate me, the person is in my industry, I want to hear what they have to say because they're a thought leader, or there's a person that's going in the audience who I've seen on their stories sharing that they're going to it, that I actually want to meet. I want to get in their sphere. I want to have a conversation with them. Whatever is relevant for you, as long as you have an intention before you put down any money, that's a yes. That is a non-negotiable for me because I'm like, I can spend the money. That's not a problem, right? But when the event comes up, if I see it in my calendar and I've got other priorities, if I haven't set that intention to start with, the chances of me going are incredibly reduced because I'm like I just don't have a buy-in, right? So set your intentions before you buy the ticket so that when the event comes closer, if you have a full schedule, the chances of you being like, no, I really want to meet this person, or I really want to hear this person speak because they're a thought leader in my industry, or I really want to be inspired by this person because I can resonate to their story, it increases your chances of actually freaking going. And I think that I may be speaking out of tone right now, but I think that that's even more relevant for mums, because it's like mum things can happen and come up. And if you are sold on that event before even putting that money down, if something comes up, you're like, no, how can this shift? How can I get help? How can I receive support from someone right now to help me with these mum things that just came up right now, so that I can still go, so that I can still say yes to myself, so that I can still lean into this opportunity that's in front of me right now. Right? The second thing that I always do, what are you committing to? Right? What are you committing to in saying yes to the event? If there is a person there that you want to meet, let's stay with that example. I'm committed to going up to this person and introducing myself. And what does that even look like? Okay, cool. I get to practice what I want to say to them. Or if you're even more of a risk taker, you can be like, I'm just going to wing it. I'm just going to walk up to this person and be myself. Whoop, shock horror, right? More often than not, that is received a lot better than a scripted piece of, hi, my name is Alex. I used to be an accountant. I am now a money coach. Like, boring. As opposed to, hey, I'm Al. I'm a vivacious human and I love seeking discomfort. And for me, my intention in coming to this event right now was to meet you because X, Y, and Z. And I would love it if we could connect afterwards because you really inspire me, right? That interaction, just off the cuff right now, I've got no notes for that, right? But I've done that to many people before. And the response is received really well. Because they see the personality. They see the passion behind it, as opposed to this curated elevator pitch. That's just bland, right? You can so tell when you've been doing networking events for quite some time whose elevator pitch is like incredibly scripted and just fucking boring versus someone who just wings it. Someone who owns their personality, who is confident in their being, who is confident in, what, who they are and what it actually is they are here to do and here to serve others in. So, whichever one is true for you right now, great. If you need that boring elevator pitch for you to create that courageous experience, for you to go up to the person and have some safety around knowing what you're going to say, then use that. If you are in between and you're like, oh, I don't know how I feel about like just winging it, but I'd like to have some sort of elevator pitch, have something prepared and know that in the moment, you'll also know what's right. Yes, commit to an action of seeking discomfort. As we all know, I don't have my necklace in this episode if you're watching on YouTube, but that is an ethos of mine, is to seek discomfort. Because why go to an event like that, a networking event, if you're just going to do exactly the same thing at every event and not talk to anyone and wait for people to come to you? What's the purpose? If you are listening to this episode and are picking up what I'm putting down and are ready to unpack and elevate your money story, then pop over to my website and see the money coaching package that is calling your name. Find out for yourself why I have been called the money queen that everyone needs in their life. After working with me, my clients are reclaiming their power in their business. And this has seen them bring hundreds of thousands of dollars into their businesses after having me on board their team. Right? Because your network, are you ready to expand? Then let's fucking go, queen. Book in a call with me on my website, which is Unscripted.com, to show the universe that you are here for everything that you fucking desire. I go to and I don't know anyone in the room. I walk in, I scan the room quite quickly. Then I go and get a drink, most of the time water, to be honest, and some food. And then I scan the room again, and I'm like, who am I being drawn to right now? And then I go directly to them. Sometimes it's someone by themselves, and I'm like, oh, they look friendly. I can go over there and make friends with them. Sometimes it's a group of, let's just say, women, and they look really tight-knit, and I'm like, there's a challenge. That's going to be difficult for me to penetrate that circle. How can I do that? Right? For me, that's a challenge because I've been doing networking for such a long time. And I love that. Hey guys, my name's Alex and I'd love to join your conversation. What are we talking about here? And just be that friendly face that they're like, oh, someone wants to join in, right? How can we challenge the status quo when there are a group of people in front of you who are in a circle, quite literally in a networking event, and they're closed off to everyone else in that room? Will you be the person that breaks that barrier that they've created? You can be, if you choose it, if you choose to seek discomfort. Or, again, if you're at the start of your networking career, you can go up to someone else in the room who also looks scared and nervous. Whatever is true for you, whatever stage you are at, do that for you. Right? So notice who you are being drawn to. Are you drawn to the big personalities in the room? Are you drawn to the quiet people who are by themselves? Or are you drawn to the, 2 or 3 people over here that look like they're having fun? The people that you actually do connect with, ensure, this is a huge one, ensure that you are actually listening to hear them instead of listening to respond. And the critical part of this is when they introduce themselves. Hey, my name is Alex. Hi, Alex. Nice to meet you. Repeat their name back. And try and remember something about their story that you can hold on to. Hey, Alex. Oh, right. Money Queen. Cool. Yes, Alex, the Money Queen. Got it. Or I'm wearing my Big Queen Energy shirt right now, right? Alex with the Big Queen Energy shirt. Cool. Got it. Know her. So if I see her again at another networking event, oh, Alex, Big Queen Energy. Try and remember something unique about each person and relate that to their name. Because remembering someone's name is something that not a lot of people actually do, but it creates a huge amount of impact. And getting the most out of networking events is all about quality over quantity, in my opinion and my experience. Quality over quantity. I would much rather go to an event that has 50 people in there and remember 3 people's names than to have met every one of those 50 women or men or people in the room and not remembered one name. Because knowing those 3 people's names makes a difference. It makes a difference in 3 people's lives that I've remembered their name. I've cared enough to remember their name. As opposed to a superficial interaction with 50 people, I've made a genuine connection with 3. So how can you continue that connection? Follow them on social media, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever the environment you're in. Follow them on that. And don't just follow them. Don't just passion dash. Follow them. Send them a customized freaking message. Hey, Alex, it was great to meet you at X event. I loved when we spoke about this, right? It really was a thought-provoking concept, and I'd love to meet up with you in the next couple of weeks to discuss further because I've had insert whatever epiphanies you've had after the event. Or if there's something that was spoken about and you're like, I loved what you said about this, and I'd be so curious to unpack what you think about why. Give them something to be like, I remember what we spoke about. I remember your name. I remember what we spoke about, and something else. I want to know more. I'm curious about you. I'm curious about your, professional development path. I'm curious about your entrepreneurship path. I'm curious about where your business has been, what lessons you've learned, what challenges you've gone through. I'm curious to know what your mission is. Would you have coffee with me in the next couple of weeks? And the time frame around that is quite important as well, because if you meet someone today and you don't actually follow them up and ask for them to go and have a coffee with them one-on-one until 3 months in the future, the connection's lost. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's incredibly more challenging to rebuild that connection unless you keep on sliding into their DMs in the meantime. Because you know what? schedules can be full months in advance. And if the person does have a full schedule, that may actually be a reality. But you can still have regular touch points between now and the 3-month time period that you're actually meeting them up again for a one-on-one coffee, right? The decision is yours as to how much effort that you want to put in versus the outcome that is then received. Drop the business cards. Anyone who has a business card these days, what are you doing? I'm sure there's like some professions that may need it, but God, do you really? Like, what is the purpose of a business card? If everything that you need is on Google these days. Tell them your business name, connect with them on social media, and let the rest do the talking. Connect with them on social media, follow up with them afterwards, and actually follow up. Send them a customized message. And actually, one thing that I forgot to say on this, depending on your confidence level, I love to send them, and I do this mostly on Instagram, love to send them a personalized video, because I don't know if you've met me, but I'm a bubbly freaking oh my God, my words. I'm a bubbly freaking person with a great personality, a lot of energy and vivaciousness about me. So I magnetize the best when I'm on camera or when I'm in person. In person is best. Second is in camera. So I send a video with them, with my message, to be like, hey, Susan, I loved meeting you the other day. I love talking about this concept really challenged my beliefs, and I'd love to unpack this with you, in a coffee in the next couple of weeks, if you are open to it. Doing that on video as opposed to typing that, total different experience on the receiver's end. The next step back from that, if you're not confident with the face, sending a video, is sending a voice note, so they can still get your personality in your tonality in your voice. Because as you can tell from listening to this, there's a lot of tonality in what I'm about to say that doesn't get communicated just by text message. All of that is lost. So, number 1, send them a video. Number 2, send them a voice note. Number 3, then send them a text or a text message via whatever social media platform you have connected in, to actually speak into your desires, to claim what you want, to get your outcome from your networking event, right? What intention did you have before even purchasing the ticket to fulfill that intention? The next and perhaps final stage is to start dating them. Yeah, I said start dating them, because it's a relationship. It's a new relationship. And what happens in relationships, if we don't continue to foster them, if we don't continue to date them, they dump us. They go and find someone else. If you really want that connection in your circle, and perhaps even in your inner circle, continue to date them. Continue to be curious about the work that they are doing, the way that they are showing up in social media, whatever they produce on these platforms. If it engages with you, if you were like, oh my God, yes, I completely resonate with what you just said, or the video that you just posted, or whatever it is, tell them. Tell them that. And also be receiving of if they do that to you. Oh my God, thank you so much for taking the effort to share with me that what I just said resonated with you. Really appreciate that. Foster that relationship, because your network equals your net worth. Both of the businesses that I've created and the friendships that I have in my world, which I hold incredibly close to my heart these days, it is all built around networking and nourishing the people that are around me. I would not have built either business as fast as I have if I did not network, if I did not go to networking events, if I did not seek discomfort, if I did not follow up with people who I were in courses with. If I resonate with them, if I vibe with them, absolutely I'm going to be following them up. I just had one of my girlfriends who lives around the Wollongong area come up to Brisbane for the weekend. We finally got to see each other in person, and I'm like, yes, I get to touch your face because I'm that type of human. And it was so beautiful to actually know that that was an outcome from a course that I attended, and the conversations that we had around what's happening in my world and what's happening in her world. I'm like, I love the expansiveness here. I love what's coming into both of our worlds respectively, and the opportunities that get to be created in the future. I don't know what they are, but I'm excited for them already, because when we were even talking online and even when we met in person, there was just a beautiful freaking energy there. Such a beautiful energy. And none of that would have been possible if we weren't open to connecting, if we didn't date in the meantime, if there wasn't a video sent, if there wasn't, again, that dating period happening, right? I would have gone to someone else. She would have gone to someone else. And it's like, oh, cool, we just did a course together one time and done, right? Good old passion dash or course and dash. Doesn't have the same ring to it, does it? No, it doesn't. So what is your intention in saying yes to your next networking event? Because your network equals your net worth. If you had to put a dollar figure to your network right now, I'm curious to know what it would be. If that number does not light a fire under your ass and make you fucking excited, that gets to shift. What other networking events can you go to this month to create a new friend, to create a new business partner perhaps? I actually remember, I'm going to end on this. I remember I went to a networking event, again in Newcastle. I think it was one of the Hypes events. And the outcome of me going to that event, I was really inspired to give back to the community because my business was booming at that time. And I was like, actually, I'm not giving back anything to the community right now. Like, what a jerk. And I was like, okay, what can I do? And what I ended up doing was shaving my head. I did Shave for a Cure, I think maybe 5 or 6 years ago now. And I ended up raising over $8,000. Leukemia Foundation is not close to my heart. I literally did it because I'm like, I want to give back to the community. What is an organization that can impact a lot of people? That was the one that I chose, right? And there were some personal benefits from that as well, because I'm like, how on earth would I feel being a woman in a male-dominated industry with a shaved head? How would I feel as a woman in society with a shaved head? What does that mean about my identity if I don't have hair? So, and that all came from going to a networking event. So you literally have no idea what opportunities, what thoughts, what crazy ideas can be created from going to your next networking event. But I'm so keen to hear, once you have listened to this, what outcome do you get from your next networking event? Tell me in the DMs, slide into my DMs and start dating me. Because if you're in my world, if you're not in my world just yet, I would love you to be. The opportunity is in your hands. Thank you, Queen, for saying yes to your yes in listening to this episode and being a part of raising the feminine collective one conversation at a time. Remember to share this episode with your business besties and join me in breaking the tabooness around having money conversations. As always, if you have enjoyed this episode, please rate, subscribe, and share this on your social media, remembering to tag me in it to help this conversation go further, which creates a bigger ripple effect.